Okay, so I have been away now for a total of 7.5 months. And I left Vancouver back in September, late September. Those of you who know, I left to go teach English in Thailand for about 5.5, 6 of those months. And I just wanted to create a little video of a little timeline of my time away and kind of what I've learned and things that I would like to share with anyone who is wanting or willing to watch it. So I started off in Bangkok, Thailand. I went through a TESOL course, so it's teachers teaching future teachers to teach English, if that makes any sense. And I did that, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I learned how to public speak in front of like tens and hundreds of people, realizing that I could make a difference in the world if I just applied myself a little bit and realized that I have a lot in me and a lot of potential that I have been wanting to unlock, and I just didn't really know how to get there. And before I left to Thailand, I was scared, and those of you who also know me know that I was planning on not going because I thought something was telling me not to do it, but at the same time I realized it was just the fear talking. So I learned how to push past the fear and realize that once you do so, once you get in the hang of realizing that that's all it really is not of what you could possibly find out about yourself. And a lot of us, I think, are afraid to do that, and so they don't take the initial steps and they end up kind of doing the same thing. And that's what I wanted to do. I was like, maybe I should do something else or figure a way around it where maybe Thailand's not for me and teaching's not for me, and it's all because it was out of my comfort zone completely. And so I did it, and I pushed past it, and I left, and it was the best decision I have ever made. I ended up teaching about 30-ish kids per class 5 times a day, and that can make someone really confident because you find your teacher voice, you find your voice in general, and you feel as if eventually people listen to you, like some of them anyways. The kids, not all of them listen, they're all different characters. And finding out also that I never used to like kids, and now I'm like, wow, okay, you're kind of cool, you're pretty chill, you're like these little people with strong personalities, and they're so innocent and they give you love unconditionally. So I think that also taught me to give love without anything in return, and in that way I believe that you get it anyways, because if you give off so much love and genuinity, if that's the right word, then you will undoubtedly get it back to you, which is the best feeling in the world when you realize that that's the best way to live. And it's just like to give, and maybe not give all of yourself, but give the good parts, I think by the end of that, you'll feel really, really good. You'll feel as if the world is treating you right. And a lot of us kind of think otherwise, that why is the world, why me? I'm realizing to take responsibility for my own actions. So wow, Thailand has taught me a lot. Met a lot of amazing, incredible people. That was one of the you learn and grow with this family that you grow with in the TESOL course, and you support each other, and you realize that you're all doing the same thing, and we're all scared of the same thing. And seeing all these people grow in their own ways when we all went our separate ways was quite incredible to see where everyone ended up, and everyone has thrived in their own way, so that was really cool. And realizing that I wasn't the only one afraid, and how we're all kind of connected in that way, so that was really, really nice. And then I went from Thailand, I left to go to Indonesia, Bali, where I met also crazy people, amazing people, and I ended up staying in a hostel for the first week when I was there, had my motorbike, traveled around a little bit, waterfalls, temples, that kind of thing. And then I attended the Bali Spirit Festival, where I just danced my face off, did shots of cacao pretty much, and realized that you can party without drugs, alcohol, anything like that, and be high off of life. And that's when I realized that's how I want to feel all the time. And I know it's not possible to feel a high all the time when it's that natural and that stimulating from literally life itself, but at the same time I just felt like I could do this. I could apply this to my life every day and surround myself with like-minded people, and like I said before, give as much love as possible and realize how much I can get it received back to me. And yeah, I learned a lot from that festival. I volunteered there every day, did a lot of yoga, like I said, did a lot of dancing, ate a lot of amazing vegan plant-based food, and just got to experience my form of spirituality in a way, and realizing where my ego comes about and how ego can be strong in a place filled with such spirituality as well. Like, it's all in us, and it's just about how we recognize that in one another. And once you are aware of your egoistic thoughts and realize how ridiculous they sound, the more you are able to control that. It's not even to control, it's like the more you are able to live with it and deal with it, and realize that a lot of things we tell ourselves are lies in order to make us feel bad, and a lot of our surroundings around us do that to us as well, to make us feel inadequate and want us to be someone else or be different or compare. And I find that on that whole trip in Bali, I realized that comparing does nothing, and seeing yourself as not good enough is bullshit, excuse my language. It's just all of that, all these things that we grew up telling ourselves can be reversed, and it's just about being aware of where they come from and how they come about, and just to listen and to be able to kind of separate yourself from those words and that belief system that you once had so strongly. And then you see the light, and you see yourself as beautiful and glowing, and no matter who you are, and loving your body. And I have come a long way to realize that, and I've really come to accept myself for who I am, and to see how I can be my best self, and knowing that we're all on our own paths here, and in a sense we are all connected. But if one person is doing something and has this success, be happy for them. You want them to thrive as well, because seeing someone else in their element is beautiful. So that way you can figure out for yourself what works best for you. And if someone else is having success, it doesn't make you any lesser of a person, it just makes you different. And it's just about finding your own groove and your own path. And once you do, you'll start to feel like all these things you're attracting, and that's where manifestation comes in. And the more you apply wanting the things for your life and wanting so badly to be this person, just pretend like you already are. I'm learning that I see this version of myself that I could be, and I may not be there yet, but I'm pretending like I already am. And in that sense, I feel as if I'm kind of on the path to being that person, because all it is this present moment, and we think so far ahead and so far in the past. And I've really realized that to stay in this moment is all that ever really exists when you really think about it. And once you do that and take a moment and breathe and see your surroundings and all the little mundane things that you are doing throughout the day, those are important. Those are your present. This is happening right now. So what can you do right now to really change your point of view? What can you do right now to change your mindset if it's not really doing so well at this present time, because you're so stuck in the past and all the shit that you went through before, or all the stuff in the future that hasn't even happened yet, that there's no point in worrying about all of that. It hasn't happened. And so take a minute, take a breather. I've realized that right now this is all I have. What can I do right now to change any negative feelings or thoughts that I have, or worry or anxiety, because those all come along with not being present. And so that was a really cool thing to learn as well. So I learned a lot in Bali. That was an amazing trip. And now I just left my last traveling trip, India, where I met my beautiful friend Melissa, and we learned a lot together, and I got to know her quite a lot more than I have in the past. And India is a place that, you know, I'm a traveler. I like to say, yeah, I've been to a lot of places. I've traveled to a lot of places. Look at me, like I'm a nomad. And then I get to India, and what happens? My ego slaps me across the face. I wake up a little bit and I realize, holy crap. This place is not like any other place I have traveled to. It is on fire, if that's a metaphor for India. It is chaotic. It is go. There's so many people, and a lot of poverty, and it shook my core a little bit. And I realized, like, whoa, like, sit down for a minute. You are outside of your comfort zone. And I used to take comfort in being uncomfortable and traveling the world and being like, yeah, I love this stuff, and I do. But I come to India and I'm frustrated because all of a sudden I am uncomfortable. I am in the uncomfortable, and I'm starting to know what other people feel like when they say, oh, I could never do it. I could never go travel the world and go to another country on my own, or even with a friend. And I kind of got a taste of that for the first time, and I had to really adapt and see the beauty in everything. And a lot of things happened in India, from almost getting scammed, to booking kind of this crap tour, to learning more and more about how they try to scam tourists into buying different things, and not focusing all on that, realizing shitty things happen wherever you go, and that can happen, and you meet like crappy people wherever you go, but you also have to see the beauty in other people as well. Hey, sorry, my camera died. What I was saying is that what I was learning throughout India is that no matter where you go, you will find, you know, shit people, and you can also find incredible people. So you can't blame one experience and see a country as a whole based off of that. Like, you really can't, because after, regardless of all the kind of crappy things that me and Melissa have been through, from getting scammed or almost getting scammed to getting really bad food poisoning and having a lot of trip be bedridden, we ended up finding those moments in how much we laughed together and found about attracting what we want and keeping an optimistic outlook regardless of what you're going through, and taking responsibility for your actions and realizing you can't really blame the world for your problems, and being able to attract all the goodness that you want out of life. As long as you give it out, you'll receive it back. It's like the whole karma situation and the whole manifestation stuff I was talking about in my previous video. And yeah, realizing you can get anything that you want if you already imagine that you're there, and really believing it. And it does take time and a lot of courage to do that, and to see past any of the shit that life throws your way, and seeing it as a lesson to be learned instead of you becoming a victim in any situation, because a lot of us are victims and put us out there to be victims, and that's not the case at all. You won't really be able to get the things that you want if you are blaming everybody and the world for your problems. So that was really nice to learn and to take from that. And India was a whole whirlwind of emotions, and I wouldn't take it back for the world. And I do plan to eventually come back and do it again with a stronger grit, and definitely more street smart than I've ever been after this trip, because thinking that I'm this world traveler, and it's good to have confidence in yourself, but taking a step back and realizing, wow, I really don't know a lot that I thought I knew, especially coming to a country like India. And I would recommend anyone to go and to be set up and to do your research on it before you go, and yeah, just be level-headed and open-minded and street smart, and good things will come your way, and you'll see the beauty in everything like we did. So yeah, this whole video is just kind of a recap of my life on the road for the past 8 months now, and I just made it to Sri Lanka, Kandy, Sri Lanka, where I'll be painting a mural for about 3 months at this hotel called Helga's Folly. And if you look online, it's like this famous hotel built in the 1940s, and I just found their pool, so that's kind of cool. And so my recommendation and my advice to anyone who is watching this is to I don't know, book the flight, do your research, go out there, go explore the world, go see that there's more to life than where you grew up, or your group of friends, or you're comfortable at home with your job. And even if it's just like a little trip away and just seeing a difference than what you're used to, is it's just an incredible thing, and I wouldn't change my life for the world. Like, I am so excited to be able to travel and to keep going and to meet new people and learn new things and learn more about myself every day and every step. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one. I think I'm just gonna keep doing this. I think I'm just gonna keep talking to the camera until I get more and more confident, and to speak my truth, pretty much. That's pretty much what I'm doing here. Okay. Bye.